Here we have a sum using integers. It reads 3 plus -2 equals 3 plus -2 equals. Well, let's build on what we learned in the previous slide. We said that the 3 here is where we start off on our number line as we do this sum. We're adding, let me write here under add, and we're adding cold, isn't it? Let's get an explanation here. Imagine that you have a cup of tea or Milo, and you add some coldness to it, cold water to it. What will happen to the Milo? Will it get hotter or will it get colder? Let me say that again. You have some Milo and you're adding cold to it. The Milo is hot and you're adding cold water to it. What will happen to the Milo? Of course, it will get colder. Now remember what we said in our previous slide. When you add cold to it, when we're moving into the cold direction, then we're moving to the left of our number line. That is when something is getting colder. And if something is getting hotter, we're moving towards the right. So let's look at our sum here. We were on 3 and we added 2 of cold. Well, we said that we would get colder by 2, so 1, 2. And so the answer would be 1. Don't struggle with this concept. We'll do another few examples and you'll get to understand it. But it's quite logical and straightforward. Let's look at this second example. Here we are. We're starting on 6 on our number line. There's no 6 on this particular number line, but we know that the number 9 goes on forever. So you can just add your numbers if you want, either on paper or in your mind. And we're saying that we're subtracting, we're taking away. Okay, look at the operator. In this case, it is the minus sign here, the takeaway sign. And we're taking away cold. Let's pause here and think about this logically. If you take cold from something, the thing must get hotter, isn't it? That should make logical sense. So if it gets hotter, it means it's moving in this direction here. On our number line, moving in this direction because we've decided it's getting hotter. Hotter by 2, 1, 2. And so here the answer is 8. Still not getting it? I know some of you are, some of you are not. Let's do another example. Let's pause here and just remind ourselves that this sign here is called the operator and it's telling us to take away. I want you to look carefully here and ask yourself, what are we taking away? Are we taking away hot or are we taking away cold? We're taking away hot. Well, you tell me. If you take hot from something, then what will happen? The thing must become colder. Try to get that concept in your mind, just logically what you know from everyday life. If something is hot and you take hot away, maybe you have something hot and you blow on it, so you take the heat away. So what will happen? Well, it will get colder, isn't it? So here in this case, you were on 6. You are taking away heat, so that will cause you to get cooler by 3. And there is your answer, 3. Positive 3. But we don't have to write the positive sign there. Well, we're almost there. One last example before you get into your own exercises. Here we have another and last example. You are starting on 3. You're adding hot. Well, when you add hot to something, add heat to something, what will happen to the thing? By all means, it has to get hotter. So you are on 3. You're adding heat. 1, 2. Remember, a number line goes on forever, even when we don't draw it. 3, 4. So we end up on 7, positive 7, which we can write just as 7. So here you have the concepts. Let's get into the work.